Okay guys, so I wanted to do a quick video today. I'm sitting here on the patio outside my RV, and I wanted to do a quick video on work camping at spring training baseball here in Surprise, Arizona, which is a suburb of Phoenix, for Aramark at the Surprise Stadium, which is home of the Kansas City Royals and the Texas Rangers. This is my third year coming back for this, and it's the only job I've ever come back to do more than one time so far in this journey. I did find this job on workcamper.com, and I would say that's where I find a majority of my jobs, with the exception of I have found a few going to some of the big RV shows like Hershey, Quartzsite, Tampa, stuff like that. So basically, let me get into it. Again, the job is with Aramark, and they have the concessions and retail contract for the city of Surprise at Surprise Stadium, which again is home to the Kansas City Royals and the Texas Rangers. Now, why that is good and why that is positive is because two teams share the park. There's no off days during spring training, meaning there is literally a game every single day for about 31 straight days. We typically come into town and we have an orientation day where we meet everyone. You can practice on the register. They go over the history of Aramark, your duties, your responsibilities, some customer service rules and issues. And that's generally a couple of hours where you take a tour of the stadium, see where you clock in and where you park and all that stuff. And this year we did that, I believe, on the 17th of February, I think, or something like that. It's generally about a week before spring training starts. The first spring training game was on February 23rd this year, and the last one will be on March 24th. Now, Aramark will, under no circumstances, let you work more than 40 hours. So they will not pay overtime. So you will not work more than 38 and a half, 39. Once you're getting to that, they're coming and finding you and kicking you out. So that's pretty much where that is. You're going to have your choice of either working concessions, meaning a food stand, where they're selling hot dogs, hamburgers, beer, sodas, peanuts, popcorn, Cracker Jacks, all that stuff. Or you can do retail, which is what I do, and you can see on my shirt, retail staff. And I've only ever done retail since I've been here in the 3 years. That's what I prefer to do. In the stadium, there are 4 retail stores, 2 that are permanent stores, one in the outfield, which does open at the beginning of February, right after the Super Bowl. And then there is a store behind home plate that is a permanent store in the stadium. They put up a giant tent, and it's our big store on the first base side, kind of in the right just back beyond the walkway. That's where we have the majority of our items. And then they have my store. Now, up to this year, we've always had a small tent on the third base side, but this year they decided to do away with the tent. And I've got these rolling kiosks that are out there, and I sell my stuff from that. I prefer being on third base. I have a beautiful view of the game while it's going on, and of course, you know, I'm busy before the game. I might have a few customers after the game and a few stragglers during the game, but for the most part, people are busy watching the game and eating and stuff, and so I get to enjoy this beautiful weather. It was about 72 degrees day, just sunny. Chicago White Sox came in to take on the Texas Rangers, and the game was won with a home run in the 9th, a monster blast of a home run. So, guys, this is and I've enjoyed the job that I've done, and I've talked about them at length on my channel here, but this is the job that I really enjoy doing the most. I love baseball, and everyone's just there having a good time. My boss is a gentleman named Chris, who runs the retail. He's a super nice guy. I take certain days off because I go to the NASCAR race when it comes in town here next week. I do a little traveling to go see some things, and he's real good about giving me the days I want. And we're all just there to have fun, make money, and make sure everyone's having a good time. And that's exactly what we do. There is no site given with the position. So you are responsible for getting your own site. Now, it can be A little bit of an issue only because I'm not 55, nor do I want to race to get there. I'm 48, be 49 this year. So there are a lot of 55 and over parks, so I can't be in those. The other issue is they're not paying for a park, and we'll talk about money in a minute, but I try to keep my expenses at a minimum because I do want to leave here with money to be able to pay to get to my next place, which is going to be right outside of Buffalo, New York. It's about a 2,200 mile ride, so it's going to cost me a little bit of money to get there. So I stay out in a town called Tonopah. So I have about a 38 or 39 mile ride to work, but it's I-10 and the 303. There's no traffic. No, you don't want to stay east of the stadium. By staying west or north, you don't deal with any traffic. So it's just 75, 80 miles an hour the whole way, and it takes me about 40 minutes. The RV park I stay out here, which is where I'm talking to you from, is a beautiful park, and it's $330 a month. So I'm here generally 5 weeks, and it keeps my costs low. The closer you get into town, this is Tonopah, the next city in is Buckeye before you get into Goodyear and then Surprise. You're going to be paying, over $500 a month. Now, yes, I spend some money in gas, but not that much. And to be honest with you, I'd rather be outside of town. It's quiet out here. It's a nice park. I've gotten to know everybody. There's a lot of activities. I'm a big pickleball player, and there's shuffleboard. And tonight they're playing bingo. I'm not doing that tonight, but Tuesday night's card bingo. It's very active, and I enjoy. They have a nice library and stuff. That's a nice group of people. So let's talk about money. When I was originally hired for the position a couple of years ago, the minimum wage in Arizona was $8.50, but the voters of Arizona voted to move the minimum wage. And they voted to move the minimum wage up 50 cents a year until it reached $12 an hour. But that last year, it's actually going to go up $1. So they started at 10. So literally, the first time I got here, I'd gotten hired at $8.50, but by the time we got here, it was at 10. Then the next year was at $10.50. This year, we're at $11 an hour. Next year, it'll be at $12 an hour. So it pays a decent amount of money by Workamping standards. And again, you can work as many hours as you want up to that 38, 39. I'm actually working, the work week it's strange. It starts on Thursday, ends on Wednesday. I work 6 days a week, but because of the way that pay period goes and the season, we had to be there Friday. The season started on Saturday. I literally have worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, today, Friday, and I'm working tomorrow. My first day off will be Sunday. Now that's a lot of days in a row, but that's over 2 pay periods. So I never was in any threat of going into overtime. But again, at double digits an hour, you can make a little bit of money. If you can keep your expenses low, like I try to, I'll walk away with here with a nice little chunk of change that I'll then use to pay for my gas to get to my next Workamping job. Guys, I love this life and I love what I do, and I love being able to travel and see the country and have someone else pay for it, and that was my goal. I wasn't happy for a while before I started this life, and I tried to figure out what it is I could do to make me happy, and travel's what makes me happy. And so I had to figure out a way that I could travel and find someone else to pay for that, and I've done that. And anyone can do it. This isn't a secret. There's so much work. September of last year, September of 2018, I knew where I was going to be for all of 2019. I was booked up for the year. There's so much work. You can do this. You have to get your ducks in a row, and you can't treat this like you're on vacation because you will go broke. But if you can live on a budget because you're not going to make a ton of money, you can do this. It's doable. I tell everyone, I love this, and I want to tell as many people as possible. And I wish there was a way to get more people to my channel and get them to watch these videos and get them to understand, because they could just be so much happier if they got this rat race and this just overwhelming need to consume. You see my pictures. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm Hanson on the Road on Instagram. I go to beautiful places all the time. This country is so beautiful. So I'm getting off on a tangent. But anyway, if you're interested in doing this, I would definitely look for that ad in Workamper. Again, it's Aramark in Surprise, Arizona, which is a suburb of Phoenix. It's in the northwest corner of Phoenix. So we went over the money. They're going to give you, like I said, couple of these shirts, say retail staff, or you'll get a shirt for concessions, whichever you decide to do. That's up to you. And we went over the money. We went over the fact that there's no RV park. That's on you. Guys, my third year, I wouldn't come back if I didn't love it. And I generally love it. I just got home from work. It was a wonderful, exciting game today. Sold some things to people, little kids, that made them very happy. And that's what it's all about. So anyway, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them as best I can. Down in the comments section, I answer questions for people, and I will do everything I can to answer the questions for you with the information that I have available. I don't think there's anything else I can really tell you. I hope that you're doing whatever it is that makes you happy, and if not, I hope that you find what it is that does. So again, this is Lawrence Hanson on the Road. And I appreciate you watching, and definitely share my channel with your friends. And anyway, have a good life.